was surely a very difficult decision, as we shall see as the two teams line up. We see Steve Bruce waiting to lead out Manchester United. Their manager, Alex Ferguson, has only really had to make one decision about his lineup. But as we look to the left, it's John Polston who leads out Norwich City. And if you're a Norwich City supporter, that will tell you that John Dean has left out the club captain, Ian Butterworth. Polston, who's been out for 11 games with ligament problems in his left ankle, is restored. The other decision that Dean had to make was whether to restore Efa Nakoku to his starting lineup, and he's decided to leave him on the bench as at Upton Park on Monday.
Well, I think the introduction of John Polston is probably because he'll be happier playing perhaps on that right flank if he gets pulled out to Mark Giggs. Woodthorpe on number 8 is also previously been a fullback, so can go out onto Kanchelskis, and it's a case really of Goss and Bowen, the two wide flank midfield players, making sure that they occupy United in attacking situations rather than being hauled back defensively.
The one decision for Alex Ferguson has again gone against Brian McClare, who scored the only goal at Portsmouth on the League Cup route to Wembley in midweek, but who doesn't keep his place. Mark Hughes, who was suspended on that occasion, is restored at number 10, and no changes in the way that United will play, surely.
Well, I think that formation is getting very sort of familiar, isn't it, to everyone, and certainly to the opposing managers. How do we stop it? And it's a great problem. I wouldn't have thought Norwich would man Mark Cantona, and as I say, personally I feel Kanchelskis and Giggs in the opening sort of weekend of the season when Manchester United won here, certainly the width was the key problem for Norwich to solve, and I think that's something that they'll have to solve if they are going to get a result here at Carrow Road.
There are always little ironies in football, and here is one. John Dean, it's his 4th match in charge. He's yet to lose, incidentally, and he's being masked by a couple of the younger members, but he finds today in the opposition one of his best friends in the game, Steve Bruce. They were together in the side that won the Milk Cup for Norwich City back in 1985, and John finds his old chum as a stumbling block to his ambitions. Man in charge is Paul Durkin from Portland in Dorset. The wind has dropped a little bit. It's a chilly afternoon, but conditions pretty ideal for football, provided the wind doesn't increase in any way. Pitch looks a little softer and has had rather more wear than we were when we were here for the European competition. And it says something, I think, of Norwich City that their players are now as familiar as those of Manchester United as a result of that fine attempt in European competition for the first time.
Well, John Dean's made a very early tactical switch to combat that wing play of Giggs and Kanchelskis. He's switched Mark Bowen to play as right back today to Mark Giggs, and he's got then Woodthorpe as a left back marking Kanchelskis, and Polston, Newham and Culverhouse are 3 central defenders, so he's playing 5 at the back with Bowen and Woodthorpe pushing in on the 2 wingers that caused them so many problems here in the opening weekend of the season.
Interesting. He's having to learn quickly, as John Dean. Sutton, Goss, only just back in the side. He's had a calf injury, came back at Upton Park on Monday after missing 8 games. Bruce, good challenge. And here's Welshman against Welshman. Bowen and Giggs. Mark Bowen is pretty quick and knows that Giggs is arguably just half a notch quicker.